Hi, my lovely friends out there, those who are anxiously waiting for my next episode. And this episode has brought a very interesting guest. And I know that this niche which our guest has is not constricted to one particular stage of life. It is to all, starting from the child to an adult to an old people also. And what is it? That is communication, right? A very beautiful note I'll begin this talk with, that Mother Teresa has beautifully said in her words, kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. So it's a wonderful quote which really resonates with my mindset and with the guest too. Right. So before I introduce the guest, I'll be very happy to introduce my platform, that it is Anita's Talk Show, and I'm really blessed to have privileged to have wonderful guests like coaches and various other niches, those who are looking forward to help the society and to bring it a certain change, right? This is a very important aspect of coaching, and I hope you also will be relating to it. And those who are looking forward for certain help, you can approach all the coaches and they are ready to help you, right? So with that, I would request our guest to be coming over and giving her introduction. And I will just give you her introduction in one line, because it is less if I give her introduction, and it is just the name, right? I know her as Dadra Mahadik, and she's a communication coach. And one of the very important thing that I related to her, I invited her as my guest because as a person, as a human, she's awesome. And whatever she'll communicate with you, she'll be 100% right? So the audience here should not hesitate. Any kind of question you got, and in the Facebook, we are there on Facebook Live. And if you're there, if you're present, put on your comments in the comment section below so that we can address those very carefully and give you the replies. So, with that, let's begin, and let's ask a very important and a very crucial question, that Deirdre, you are here known as in our coaching world Didi. So I'll be addressing you as Didi, and it's a wonderful name. And there is a certain vibe in it also. And so I'll just ask you one important question: that how did you come into this communication field? And I would like you to address the audience too. Yes, you're welcome,
Thank you
Deirdre.
so much. Thank you so much. I'm honored. I'm honored to be a part of this, of being a guest on your talk show. I really love this attention that you're giving me, and I love communicating with the audience. Thank you so much for this trust in me, and I assure that I will try to fulfill all your audience questions and yours as well. So, how I came to become a communication coach is a very interesting question because earlier I used to I'm IELTS tutored. IELTS is an international English language testing system. You need that exam to go abroad. So I am
Right.
authorized by IDP to tutor students to go abroad to give the IELTS. And when I used to tutor, most of them were teenagers because they do it after either the 10th or the 12th standard. So they used to give their exam, and before that, I used to tutor them. When I used to tutor them, I realized that speaking was quite a problem. They would not be able to speak for at least around, even for around 1 minute. That was quite a challenge. And also, I realized that when I travel, people are on their phones. No one reads books anymore. No one communicates with unknown people. That's the best place where you can actually practice your speaking skills. Unknown people, they're not going to judge you, right? You never know, might add value to their life and you'll create a memory for them. So take these opportunities. That's why I decided to become a communication coach. And that's my journey in short for you, Anita, and to your audience as well.
Right, right, right. So, just a basic question in the beginning.
Sure,
That
sure.
there's one communication myth people still believe about communication. What would you say on that? What's the myth?
Uh, there are two actually, but since you asked me one,
Hmm.
people think communication is only about speaking.
Hmm.
Actually, it's only 38% of it. The other
Oh,
part is about your body language, about your presence, about your listening skills. Because what generally happens, I'll share with you, Anita, and your guests and your audience as well. Uh, when people are asking you a question, you're already thinking of the next question and the next question. You're not really listening to the question. So the myth I'd like to burst about communications, it's not only about speaking, it's more about you listening. So
yeah.
when you listen intentionally, you actually hear, feel, and see the person who is communicating with you. And that makes the person or your audience felt, heard,
Yeah.
and seen. Everyone wants to feel felt, heard, and seen, including you and me. So
Yeah.
that
Very
is the
nice.
communication. That's the myth that I'd like to burst. So,
Very, yeah. Very nice. So, we say that let's now talk about daily life, right?
sure.
Everybody wants to learn English, whether he's a non-English speaker, whether he's a vernacular language speaker. No one is bothered, but they want to learn English. What come may, right? So
Yes.
that is
Yes.
now which one common mistake parents and make during the conversation with the teens and how they can fix it.
So when it comes to English, so there are two questions, two parts in the question here. When it comes to English,
Hmm.
people misunderstand. Communication is a skill that has to be learned, and when we talk about English, it's a language.
Hmm.
So you can communicate in any language. It's not necessary that you communicate only in English.
Yeah,
I'm
very
repeating that again.
yes,
English is just a medium that you use to communicate. You
yes,
have to develop your communication skills in any language.
right,
English
yeah,
is just a medium of me communicating to you. So this
very
is one
powerful,
important thing. Yes, this is
very powerful.
one because people come to me, oh, communication skills, मुझे English सीखना है. So I said, I agree. I used to do that earlier, so I understand where you're coming from. But all being said, it's just a medium of communication. If you speak from your
Hmm.
heart, the language is not important. It is from one heart to another heart, and it reaches deeper levels than being a perfect English communicator. So it's not the grammar sentences. Of course, they're important, especially when you're speaking to international clients, for example. But all being said, even if you miss and match, your grammar is not perfect, you still can be a very good, effective communicator because if you speak
Right,
from your heart and of course you follow the communication rules, then you're
yeah,
good to go. That is one thing. Now, communication for the teenagers. When we communicate with teenagers, we need to understand we've been there, right? You,
yeah,
I,
yeah,
our
or
audience has been
all of
there.
us,
All
yeah,
of us have been there. We've been teenagers. We know the struggles.
yes,
Of course, during our time, it wasn't so stressful. It wasn't so challenging.
so true.
We probably got a lot of support from our parents. And now I've realized I've got teenage sons too. Two of them actually. One's just got out of teenager, and one is a teenager now. So I have observed that they go through a lot. I mean, it's like a race. Sometimes I wonder whether why do they have to go through this? I mean, if you take a backstory, we went through it too, but it wasn't as stressful and as challenging and as demanding as they get it now. Uh,
Exactly.
so, with that being said, we as parents need to understand where they're coming from. Actually place ourselves in their shoes. We thought of it when we were teenagers. You can't understand me, mom. You can't understand me, dad. They go through the same stuff. And what we tend to do is When I was your age, I used to do this. When I was your age, I did this. Well, good for you. But I don't think they need that comparison. They have a lot of it. They've been judged left, right, and center, and they don't want it from you for sure. So when we're
Yes.
communicating, listen to them. This is one skill which I have been working on with a lot of clients. They do not have listening skills. It's not taught to us. It's not spoken about. It's not developed as a whole. So listening skills is something all of us, teenagers, us, every human being needs to develop their listening skills. It'll take you a long way. So when it comes to teenagers, I think we need to spend time with them, listening to what they are going through instead of assuming.
Mm.
So we assume that, okay, I've been there, I know everything what you're going through. No, they go through a different set of challenges as compared to what we went through during our age. So give them space, let them vent out sometimes. It's important that at least they speak with us, whether it's form of venting out or whichever form they want to choose. At least they are comfortable with speaking to us. Tomorrow, if they don't communicate with us at all, I don't think we will like that. So let them speak with us. Give them that safe space, a non-judgmental space for our teens, because they're ours, right? If we
Now,
don't understand them, who will?
yes,
So yeah,
I
yes,
got it. Now it was as a mother, right? You are
yes,
trying to pacify, can be,
exactly,
and you are going to tell the audience also that don't behave the way I did, right? So
exactly,
exactly,
yes,
it happens, when we go through a certain phase, we understand
yes,
the whole scenario,
yes,
right?
yes,
But
yes,
and now question is switched over. Now
sure,
let's talk about the hard stuff. Like when
yes,
teens are rude, they
yes,
are silent and they tease.
yes,
How can a
yes.
parent handle this without yelling or giving up? Now here your communication skill will help them.
This is a brilliant question, and I have worked on it. Again, I have worked on it, so I'm sure, and I have experimented. See, I don't put
Correct,
content or I don't advise people if I have not tried
correct,
it out, right?
right,
So this I
right.
have tried for sure because it's there in all of us house. So the solution to this is knock at their room. Don't
Mm,
enter without taking permission.
mm,
Take permission, enter their room,
mm.
check the environment of the room, what's the temperature. If the temperature is a little warm, tell them, uh, can you tell me what's happening? I can see you're struggling with something. Is there something I can help you with? And you can also say, but you're my mother, you won't understand. You're my father, you won't understand.
Mm,
Then you
true.
can say, if I weren't your mother, could I help you? So, give them
Yes,
a situation where
right.
they feel that you are not judging them. And I think this will help them a lot because they feel that you're an authoritative figure in their head and
Yes.
they can't trust you. In fact, you are the only one they can trust and they don't know that yet. You have to communicate this to them through your words. And one more advice, before you knock at the door, remember they are your child. Don't be an authoritative figure when you enter that room.
Yeah.
Be like a peer, be like their best buddy whom they can trust. Maybe offer them, let's go for a walk. Maybe they love chart or whatever they love. Let's take a walk, let's take a long drive, let's go for a drive together. Laugh together before you start addressing the main topic, the so called no topic. So, what do is first get comfortable with them, spend some time. They're your kids, it's your decision to have them. So I'm sure this will be I have done that. I've gone for long walks with my kids, only my kid and myself. This is like a date night or a date evening. So I know what my elder son, what he likes, my younger son, what he likes.
The different
So
personalities,
exactly.
Well,
So I spend time like once a week and we do these things and I love it. I'm bonding over them, I understand them more than
yeah.
before. So try it, it's a very good remedy. I hope I have answered your question well.
Yes, wonderfully. You have done a wonderful job with this
Thank you
question.
so much. Thank
And
you.
with that, the golden nugget which the audience can get from it is that why don't you forget your troubles? Just enjoy with
Yes,
your child, have a good time.
absolutely.
Otherwise,
Absolutely.
we are so stressed out. We don't even realize that we are getting stressed out. And child is
Absolutely.
feeling that stress. It is both ways. Both ways.
Yes. And
Child
the
is
child
upset
feels you
on
don't have
his,
time.
yes, a child is upset on his part that my parents are upset. So it goes,
It's a
it's a
vicious
volleyball.
cycle.
It's a
Yes.
ball. Ball at
It's a
your court and
cycle.
ball at my
Yes. Yes. It's a
it's
blame
a
game. See,
blame
you
game.
don't want to go
Correct.
into that.
Very true.
So,
Very true. And let's make our lives, peaceful and wonderful with the help of conversation and communication. Communication,
absolutely.
changes the whole game. Changes the whole game, whether how much stress our child is and how much stress you are. So I think this communication, being a communication coach, you will agree to that 100%. Right? Yeah. Coming,
100%.
yeah, coming to the quick tools, right? That could you just put it across some two or three, you can say, powerful phrases or habits that can help parents instantly improve their connection with the teens?
Okay. So, what we do often is
Mm,
we when we communicate with them, we
yes,
actually react to what they're saying. Okay.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
we feel that we are justifying their what they said.
Mm,
Instead of that, let them speak. You
mm,
compose yourself. Don't reach their age immediately.
yes,
It's a tendency for teenagers to be impulsive. We've been there
very
too, right?
true,
They're
true.
mature, and that's why we're their parents. So
Correct.
what we need to do is we need to hold ourselves at that time. Just stay calm.
Mm,
Practice box breathing. That's what I used to do. So
very, very
four.
important.
I'm sure everyone knows what box
We
breathing is,
just
right?
come up with it. Maybe some of our audience may not be knowing that.
Sure. So what you need to do is you need to form like a box with your breathing. So you do
Okay.
4 counts in through your nose,
Right.
hold for 4 counts,
All right.
exhale through your mouth for 4 counts, and put all the negativity in that exhale and just pour it out like it's gone from your
Okay.
system.
Okay.
Hold that moment for 4 counts. Do that till you are calm. It's because when there is fire and there's fire, it doesn't work together. So when there's fire, you need to be the water to actually put that fire out. So if you are like fire at that time, you won't be able to put out that fires of the
Right.
child. So you need to calm yourself down. Practice
Right.
whatever. This is the
Right.
technique that I do, and it helps me overcome a lot of things. Other means not only kids, life takes over, right? So I
Yeah.
do this a lot, and when you compose yourself, I think you will be able to respond to your child. But when you're responding, add love, add the intention, add the value of love into your communication. And it won't feel like you're talking to your boss or your colleague, okay? It should feel, how are you? It shouldn't feel like a formality. Genuinely.
Right.
Tell me, how was your day?
Right.
Feel, feel that emotion. you know it's very unfortunate, but we're becoming more like machines, and I think machines are becoming, they have more human like characteristics. That's what AI is trying to get at. So what we have to do is we have to keep that identity of having feelings and expressing feelings, and this is all it takes. This is the mantra to connecting with your child. Just add feelings, and even if your words don't land properly, the feeling will from one heart to the other. And that's how we began this conversation actually in the first place. It's a feeling which goes from one person to the other. Like how energy gets transferred and emotion also gets transferred in equal proportions. Give
Right.
love to your kids and you will
Right.
receive love and respect back. Give respect to your kids. Respect your kids like how you respect another, like an elderly person. Respect your kids. They want to be independent. Allow them. Allow them to take small decisions. You know, if they're taking the wrong decisions, don't say you're wrong. No, explain to them why probably this could be a better option. If you explain to them, because see, they have very limiting experience. So if you don't compare, like, I was doing, no, don't take that I lane. It's not about you, it's about them. So give them the, everyone likes to feel important, right? So they also are seeking that space in society. So when you're communicating, first of all, choice of words, adding emotion to whatever you say, these two work brilliantly. Maybe give them a hug. When did you last hug your child? I mean, maybe some children don't like hugs, respect that. But ask him, is it okay if I hug you? You know, I need a hug. Tell them I need a hug. So
Love
I'm
that.
sure they
Love
won't.
that.
Yeah, they won't say
Yeah.
no. No, I don't want to hug you, mom. Yeah, some kids might say because
I
they are
might.
not those huggable types. But
Yeah.
if they love a hug, it will be an emotional moment and you will bond from there on. Try
Right.
it.
Right.
That's
Right.
also communication, by the way. It's
Yeah,
not only
I was
words, it's also
this.
body language.
Yeah, this question is coming up right now, but here
Okay.
I love this. I love the answer you've given. And
Thank
now
you so
let's.
much.
I was trying to put in some fun, but you have already added one fun in it. And in just 60 seconds, I was about to ask you three golden rules for conscious communication. So, one communication you've already given, that let's have a hug, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
what are the remaining two ones
The
which you
other
feel?
two, I would say, listen to your child.
Okay.
Okay, listen to your
Right.
child.
Right.
Open communication is very important.
Hmm.
Discuss general stuff like you want to change their room, you want to do something in their room, you want to buy clothes for them. Take them, ask them their decision, ask them what they want to, add on to whatever is happening. So treat them like another adult in your house because they want to feel that independence. Okay, so
Very
hug,
true.
respect them, and when you're communicating, add the feeling in your communication. So that's the third thing that you can do. It's not about your choice of words always, it's about the feeling that you add. So there are different ways you can communicate. So add feeling and see how it goes. I'm sure it'll
Wonderful.
help you a lot.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So
Beautiful.
yeah,
We have all these golden rules. I think the parents
yes,
have noted it. And
I
not
hope
only the
so.
parents, it is in the whole world. The same
Yes,
scenario moves on, whether you
yes,
are in the office, whether you
yes,
are in the family, or whether you are with your friends, your relatives. Everywhere
exactly.
the same rule, golden rules goes in.
Yes,
But why
yes,
we stress on children? Because we want our children to be a better in the future. This
yes,
is my motive to bring guests out here so that wherever our children, when they grow into adults, they don't face any kind of hurdle in their lives just
yes.
because of, we say that communication is just a small part of your life, but it impacts your whole life.
Well
Your
said.
relationship, your relationships are based on communication. You got a strong relationship if you have got a strong communication skill, right? Whether it is in your friendship, whether it is in your couple relationship, whether it is the child relationship, everywhere in the world. So, all the audience out here, please don't neglect this aspect of your life. It matters a lot and it has a very strong impact on your complete life. Now, coming over to the real life wins, right? Can you share a real life story where a shift in communication helped? Can be anybody in the role. Like, for example, me being a parenting coach, I just asked that to help a parent and a teen to recollect after a rough patch. Can be a couple, can be some, very severe situation. Do you remember some real life story?
Actually, I have been through most of these situations. We don't face only one sort of relationship, right? We have n number of relationships that we face,
Yes,
even in one single day. And
correct.
given to understand, I'm not like a day old, so I have had a number of situations. But since you're a parenting coach, I'd like to highlight um, parent and child relationship. So when my eldest son was in his 10th grade, it's a very short story. He would compare himself with others. Okay, his marks, his grades. We would not do it. He would do it. And I just
Okay.
told him, I said, so are you a twin of another person? Are all your friends born with you?
Okay.
So he's like, no, why are you asking me such questions, mama? So I'm
Hmm.
like, because you are your own competition, So when it comes to other people's marks, why is it important? They are doing as per their capability. You do as per your capability. You are your own competition. When I told
Wonderful.
him this in the
Hmm.
beginning of the 10th grade, I encouraged him to put his own marks. So the first term, second term, and accordingly the prelims. And he realized, Mama, since I'm doing this, I am improving in my own score. And
Hmm.
then he started appreciating himself and he kept his
Wow.
previous marks and he started developing on his own skills, his own
Very
techniques,
good.
what he has to do.
Very
So,
nice.
this is one thing which I'd love to share out of my own experience. I did the same thing with my second, and whoever asks me, this is a very big golden nugget. Do not compare your kid with another kid. Even if you're doing it, stop, because it's not helping either you or your kid or your relationship. We would not like to be compared with
Obviously.
another person. Imagine your husband coming and telling you, you know what, she has such beautiful lipstick you don't have, or she looks so beautiful. How would you like that? I'm sure you wouldn't, right?
Anger. You'll
In
be
this
full of anger.
exactly, you're destroying the relationship, you're burning it, right?
Right.
So don't do it with your kid. You might be doing unknowingly. Think what you're actually doing, and I think this will help. So this is out of my experience, that I used to not compare him, nor used to, not my husband used to compare him, but he used to compare himself out of his nature. But then we shifted that thought process, and now he's doing well. So spend
Mhm.
that time and
Yeah,
tell them
very
what's
true.
important. Yeah.
Very true. Like we have on the floor, we have got one mother coming up. Her question is that we had she's writing to us that I used to compare my two daughters. She had two daughters, and we always, all the family used to say that no, younger one is intelligent. She is an intelligent, and the elder one, she is a bit slow, and she doesn't respond fast. And as a result, what has happened? Both have started sibling rival. That is that
Exactly.
is that is the question what mother has sent me right now. That
Sure.
what should I do to rectify this?
So I'll address it as out of experience again.
Communication.
So when
Yes.
you have two kids, it's very important to treat them as two different individuals and not compare them. First thing, okay? You might have children who are exactly the opposite, but treating them the same and comparing them, you are creating a gabbar situation in your own life where you're
Yes.
making two brothers or two sisters enemies. We've seen that in the movies. We know what it ends up in, right? Revenge, hate, anger. I don't think we want that for our kids. We are the mold from where they have come out, both of them equally. You love them equally,
Yeah.
whether they're daughters, they're
Correct.
like a son and a daughter, or they're two sons. Like I have two sons, and I encourage them. I purposely, my husband and myself, leave them alone in the house, and we see that that when we come back, what's their bond like? We give them a task together, like I'll give them one particular task where they have to do it together,
Okay.
maybe some DIY kind of a thing where both of them are required to be together in that particular situation. So then they bond. Like I recently bought some clay molding thing, not recently, this was a couple of years ago actually, if I think of it. And they helped each other, you know what, do it like this. Oh, the elder one did it, so come, I'll help you. So in that way, that friction which has is caused because of any reason would probably reduce. Because at the end of the day, everyone has an end date. It's inevitable, right? So
Yes,
they are going to have each other's back, and
obviously.
we need to ensure that they're there for each other. It's a lonely world, and
Yeah,
if they have each other like as siblings, there's
yes.
nothing that can come in between, and they will have each other for support even when we are not there. So
Thank
we
you.
need to
Thank you
ensure,
so
yeah,
much,
that that
Didi. You have given a perfect answer, and I think the audience, the mother, might have got a
I hope I have
satisfied
answered the question.
answers.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
And today's conversation reminded us that communication is not about having the right words, right? But
it's
the
not
right
only,
heart.
yeah, yes,
But the right
yes,
heart is needed.
yes, yes.
If you
When
have
it
got,
comes to
yeah,
words, Anita, I would
yeah,
like to also specify, don't use the words like must, should, so that shows compulsion.
yeah,
Ask them, what could you have done better? What would be the other option for this solution? Let's talk about another option, probably. If you were in my place, I did this. If you were in my place, I'm sure you would have done it better. Can we talk about it?
yes.
I'm sure they will give you a different perspective of it, and they will feel, wow, my mom and my dad are asking me for their opinion, for my opinion. Wow, I'm so valuable. It will
Correct.
build their self-worth, their self-esteem, and they will soar when they grow up to be mature adults like us.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Hmm.
we need to empower them basically.
Yeah. For all those mothers who are listening, remember that it's not only a question of your teen, it is question of the whole family. The way you communicate,
Yes,
remember your family members want to connect with you. So improve
yes,
your communication, join
yes,
Didi's world, and she will guide you. And because she's a person with a good heart, and a person with a good heart can communicate the best. And
yes.
you just need to create the space for it. So let's keep practicing communication, right? So, with that, I would like to ask you that from the audience side, if they want to reach out to you, how would they connect with
Okay, so I have a WhatsApp community where they could join, and in fact, I'm starting my course from today. It's a
you? Oh,
12-week course which runs every
hmm,
Wednesday at 9 to 10 in the evening. I will
nice.
also start. So every week I'm starting a new course. So, but the day will be different because this 9 to 10 will be now every Wednesday till 17th of September. So you can join my WhatsApp community, and I keep, helping people with tips. I encourage my WhatsApp community people to speak. I give them a few, ways to move around certain situations. I give them a lot of resources that they can use. The Instead of this, do this. So instead of asking questions like very closed questions, ask questions like tell me. So encourage a conversation. So start your
Yeah,
questions. Tell me something about your vacation. So
right.
instead of asking very closed questions, you can ask. So depends on the situation, of course. I give a lot of advice indirectly through my WhatsApp community. So you can join my WhatsApp community, and that's a good option, I would suggest.
Okay. And what else if they don't want to join your, and how would they connect with you if they don't want to join the course?
So I'm available on social media. I go by the name Diedra on all the three platforms. I'm there on LinkedIn, very, very
Good,
active on LinkedIn
good.
actually. Uh, I'm also active on, not so active, but I'm available on Insta and of course Facebook as well. So I'm available on all the platforms. Look me
Right.
up. That's your homework.
Right, right. Very nice. So for your, convenience, we are going to put in all the
Yes,
links of Didi out here so that
yes.
if you are interested to join her sessions, you're welcome. And if you feel that you just want to have a little bit more to know about her courses and her programs, there always she's available on LinkedIn,
Yes.
Instagram, and Facebook. So with that,
Yes.
I think the audience are quite well satisfied about the importance of communication, right? This was the actual message which Didi wanted to convey to you today through this episode of Anita's Talk Show, and I think you have all loved it. And if you have found today's session helpful, share it with a friend, and don't forget to follow us for more communicative insights, parenting insights, how the parents should talk to the child, how we are going to talk to our family members, our friends. So remember that communication plays a very huge role in your lives. Don't take it so lightly as we usually take it. And
True.
I just end with the signature line that because a calm, connected mom or any other member raises a confident children in the family. And there, see you next time with this. We thank Didi to be there on our show today, and we are really blessed and honored to have her on our program.
I have had a fantastic time. I was on a roll. Thank you so much, Anita, for inviting me. And I'm sure your audience felt something. I hope they had at least a 1 degree shift in their perspective about
No,
communication.
no
Please
doubt.
communicate with your teens. They are yours, and they love you. So
With
thank you
that,
so much, Anita.
see
Yes.
you.
With
See you
that,
once
thank you so
again.
much. Bye bye.
Whenever we invite you, you'll be there.
Yes. Happy communicating. Take care. Bye
Yes.
bye.